Hey everybody, welcome to my first lesson on AppGameKit Studio. So we're going to do something a little cool today before we get to the boring videos. But let's get something moving around on the screen, right? So what we want to do, don't create a new project. What we're going to do is under File, hit New Source File, and you should see a default0.agc, right? So this is going to be a sandbox um, program that we're making right now. So we have a run in sandbox mode here. Um, and what we're basically going to do is first, let's set the size of our window. So to do that, we'll do set window size. And let's set it to 320 by 480 with 0 at the end here. And what that is doing, if I actually delete these really quick, and I do window or set window size again. All right, here we go. You can see the width. So the first number that we put in is the width, so 320. That's going to be the width. The height would be 480, and full screen is going to be 0 because we're not going to have it at full screen. So we're going to go set window size 320, 480, 0. All right, now we want to set our resolution. So we go set virtual resolution, and that one we're just going to make 320 by 480, so it's going to be the same size as our window. And really quick, if I just do sync and loop, now if we run that by clicking on this run in sandbox, you can see that it created our window at the sizes that we set, right? So we'll close that, and let's add a few more things here. So first, let's create an image, right? So if we do image1 equals load image, and we load background 5.jpg. This is just an image that's stored within AppGameKit Studio, and we run it. You can see nothing happens. Okay, so what we need to do to make that image actually appear on the screen is we have to create a sprite. So to create a sprite, we just do sprite1 equals create sprite, and we're going to use that image that we just loaded in. So we're going to go image1. Now if we run it, you see we have a background on the screen, so that's pretty cool, right? All right, so now let's create a little box that we're going to be using for this example. So we'll go image2, so now we're creating a new image, equals load image, and we're just going to use blue.png. All right, and again we have to create the sprite, so sprite2, because this is a new sprite, equals create sprite, and we're going to use image2 for our sprite. So now if we hit play, there we go. Now we have a little box here up in the corner, right? Let's move that sprite down. So to move it down, we'll do set sprite position, and we want to move sprite 2 because that's our box, and we want to set its x position to 0, so it's going to be on the left hand side. I'll explain how the coordinates work, and 240. So if I played it now, 0 is going to be up here in this top corner, right? Or 0, 0 for x and y are going to be up in this top corner. Positive y is going to be down. Negative y is going to be up. Positive x is going to be right. And negative x is going to be to the left. So if you want to move to the left, you got to make sure you put in the proper coordinates. So what if we wanted to make the sprite move on its own? Well, then what we could do is we can create a variable called direction, and I'll just set it to 4, right? And now where we have the x coordinate, let's actually just put an x there. And now we have to actually assign a value to our x. So what we can say is x equals x plus direction. And what that is saying is we're setting this x to equal itself plus direction. So right now it's going to be at its current position to the left, and it's going to be constantly moving by 4 pixels to the right. Remember, because right is positive. So if we hit play, it goes 4 pixels per frame to the right, and then it ends, right? It just keeps going. So what if we want to make it move back to the left-hand side? What we could say is if x is greater than 255, then direction equals direction times -1. So what this is saying is if we reach the position of 255 on the screen, or actually greater than 255, so it'd be 256 or above, then what we're going to do is we're setting direction to equal what direction is. So it's saying direction equals 4. So, and then times -1. So what that is saying basically is 4 times -1, which would be -4. So instead of going to the right, now it's going to be a negative number and it's going to go to the left. So if we hit play, it bounces and it goes to the left, but it doesn't bounce again. We want it to keep bouncing back and forth on the screen. So how we can do that is right before the then, we can just say or x is less than 0. So if x is less than 0, and it's currently going to be -4 because it would be moving to the left, right? So then we're saying -4 equals -4 times -1, which negative times a negative equals a positive, so it would go back to the right. So if we hit play now, there we go. We got it moving left and to the right. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this first lesson. I'm excited to get going here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.